What popped in your head? What did that, why did you sign up for the call? What did you want to have happen? We'll pick on Rod because he's used to talking to me. Rod, what did it make you want to do when you heard take your business to the next level?
Well, we're ready to move forward. We've been working very steadily, and we want to make a slight edge change so we can make a, we got lots of people we need to help, and we're trying to get, we just need some new just adjustments.
Awesome. So like, did you want to, is there like a percentage, like do you want to increase your business by 50%, 100%? How fast do you want to do it? Like what do you want to do?
Well, really what I want to do is I want to add 6 silvers to our team and
Awesome.
increase the silvers we have, but and then build a couple, probably 1 or 2 golds out of that should come from that. That's
Awesome.
what I'm.
Perfect. Okay, fabulous. Hello, Ryan.
Hi.
Okay, so I'm going to say hi to Ryan and Ashley. Where are you both from?
Cheney, Washington.
Cheney, all right. And where are you from, Ashley?
Umatilla, Oregon.
Umatilla, awesome. Okay, perfect. So we were just asking a quick question while we wait for a couple more people to pop on. So maybe some of you want to tell me, when you heard about this call, take your business to the next level, what popped in your head? Did you think, I want to go this far, I want to increase my business this much in sales, I want to go to this level? What was it what did you think about? Who's willing to tell me?
I'm willing. This is Jamie. Can you hear me?
Yep, go for it, Jamie.
When I saw the email, I thought, okay, I want to take my business to the next level. I want to double my money. I want to meet more people and help more people. So I want to double my people. And then when I started thinking about it even more, and it got closer and closer to Wednesday, I was like, man, I want to take this to the Ruby level. I own another business, a regular business, an agriculture business, and I just really want to replace it with this. So that's what set me.
Very good. Okay, let me help Jeanette here real quick. Rod, can you do me the biggest favor? That email you just got with the link, could you please email it to Jeanette real quick?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Thanks. Okay, sorry. Thank you, Rod, for being my secretary there. Okay, so Jamie, you're going to double the amount of income you bring in.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome. Okay, we had another friend pop in. I have an 805 area code. Who's that?
It's Maggie.
Hi.
I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone because the sound was so bad.
Okay, perfect. Got it. And Maggie, where are you from?
Yeah. It's near Ventura, Santa Barbara area.
Oh, cool. Okay. Perfect. All right, awesome. And we have a 541. So we have someone in Oregon. Who's 541?
It's Carla Rose.
Hi, Carla. How are you?
Good.
Awesome. Where are you from, hun?
Hermiston, Oregon.
Perfect. So we have 2 in Hermiston. There's Jeanette.
Hi there.
Hi. Did you try
Hello.
the link for the class for tomorrow?
Who?
Is this the next level class right now? The
Yeah.
6 o'clock class? Yeah, I think a lot of people don't have the link.
We just sent it out. My web design gal, bless her heart, she didn't get it put on the first 2 emails. So it has been sent out. But Jeanette, I don't think you were technically signed up for the class, but this would have been the link from last time.
Okay.
So we're getting caught up here.
Okay.
Okay. So we're just kind of doing a roll call here. Let me see if all right. Ryan. Okay. So we were talking about when you heard take your business to the next level, what did that like spark in you? So Ryan, do you mind me picking on you and getting to know you a little bit better?
No, not at all.
How long you been with Advocare?
About 3 years.
3 years. So when you heard take it to the next level, what was your thoughts?
Well, I haven't really been doing too much over the last year. I've kind of been, well, just not really doing too much. And so just recently, I have decided that I want to take it to the next level. So it was actually just kind of the perfect title for this
Awesome.
phone call or the training. So, because it's kind of just where my mind has been the last couple weeks.
Perfect. Did I happen to talk to your wife this week?
I don't think so.
No? Okay, there's somebody else. Isn't there another Ryan with a wife I talked to, Jeanette? Are you married, Ryan? You have a...
I am. Yes.
What's your name?
Christina.
I can't remember. Maybe not. That's all right. There's 2 Ryans over there. They were technically in Spokane. I just assumed we were kind of mushy and teeny in Spokane. Awesome. Okay, any other thoughts? Ashley, what did you think when you heard take it to the next level?
My husband and I have been at that silver level, so making about $1,000 a month now for a while, and we're just looking at that next level being gold 3-star, but just being able to have more around $3,000 to $4,000 a month.
Awesome. That's a fantastic goal. Super. All right, perfect. Well, we'll get started, and this is being recorded, just so you know. My name is Michelle Withers, and Jeanette, thank you so much for inviting me to meet with your team tonight, and we are going to have some fun. We are going to talk about some really powerful tools that are so exciting, and I'll call on Rob and Jamie and Jeanette just a little bit now and then because they've been working with me, so they can kind of give you some examples of how some of this works. But I've been with 3 different network marketing companies and had some success with all 3 of them. And I love what I do. I like variety. So now I get to talk about Advocare one day and Pampered Chef another and makeup another. And anyway, I like to mix it up. So that's what I do now full time. So let's get talking about taking it to the next level. I have found over the years, there's a couple things that are really important that yourself and those teammates that you bring on really need to get started and to get moving and have consistency, okay? So there's 2 things that are absolutely critical that are happening on a consistent basis. And the 2 things are to create success are, okay, if you have a phone, if you will mute yourself on your side, you just go to your keypad and hit the mute down in the middle. Then that way I won't mute you and say, hey, I got a question for you. Okay, all right. So some of the things that have to happen are you have to have successful experiences and you have to have successful habits. And that might sound like, what is that supposed to mean? The first one is we need to make sure we set them up so that they're having experiences, you know, they make a sale or they sign someone up to start the business or someone has a health goal that they meet. They need to get excited and feel that momentum of having successful experiences, okay? And I know, like, for example, Jeanette is amazing at doing 3-way phone calls, helping model that, helping you see how to do that. You want to do everything you can and stick really close to them. Sometimes I see this habit happen with leaders is that we get someone who's excited and we assume because they're excited, they're moving and they're doing work on their own at home. And what happens is that excitement can kind of fade. And so when that happens and we haven't stayed up with them really close, then we can lose some momentum with them. Now, the second thing that needs to happen is you need to have success habits. And that might sound like, what the heck does that mean? Well, when you take on a brand new job, if any of you think about the last time you took on a regular job, you know, you either salary or you were hourly, but you check in at a certain time, you make certain arrangements for your children, you know, have certain clothes you wear, you make arrangements for your lunch, all those kind of things, okay? There's these habits that have to be formed. And In those habits, we have to decide how many times we're going to do activity, okay? What I mean by that is sometimes we have a goal of so many dollars being earned, but we have to say, okay, how many people does that mean I have to interview? And how many people I need to interview, how many phone calls do I need to make to then make that many interviews? And we have to back it up and really break it down into steps. Because has anyone ever got to the end of 30 days and go, okay, I had goals and I did a few things for my business, but boy, I did not hit what I was hoping for. Has anyone had that experience? Okay. And you're just kind of wondering why. Well, sometimes it's the actual habits that we didn't make sure are calendared and decided beforehand. And I can tell you, it's pretty amazing because, you know, y'all know that Jeanette has had amazing success. She's an amazing example for all of you. And she has some of her own specific goals, yet at the same time, we've done the exact same thing for her. You don't ever get to stop doing this no matter how big you get. So Jeanette, we set a goal of how much she wanted to grow, how many legs, how many people does she have to interview, how many does she have to call to interview that many people, right, Jeanette? We kind of have a checkoff list of what activity and how much of it has to be done, right? And
That's
you've been
correct.
doing that, right, Jeanette?
Yes, that is correct. Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how new or how long you've been doing it or what level you're at or what level you want to go to. This activity is what helps you get to the next level no matter where you're at right now. And that's the important thing, okay? So the first thing, we're actually gonna, this little system I have for you, it's gonna cycle. You can make a monthly plan, then a weekly plan, then a daily plan with the exact same cycle over and over and over again. So the very first part of this with creating successful experiences and creating successful habits is we need to first set goals and write them down. It is critical, absolutely critical to put them on paper. It is so easy to think we can just leave them in the back of our head and I know what it is and it's good enough. Why does it have to be written down? You know what? You don't have to believe me, but I hope you will try it. There's amazing power and it almost seems like magic sometimes when you put it on paper and then start to see it happen. And Jeanette can attest to this in the last month. It's really been, we kind of laugh almost about it, that here she had a goal of how many people actually for the full year, and she broke it down to what she was going to do this month. And here it's been happening almost at a faster pace than she even expected, okay? So what you want to do is you want to put on paper exactly what you want to have happen. How much money you want to make? How many interviews does that mean? How many mixers? How many people at your mixers? How many new contacts do you need to make? How many phone calls do you need to make? But you put these things down on paper. Now, I completely 100% understand that you're going to put this down and you're going to think, okay, I don't know if this lady Michelle has anything, if anything she has to say is true. Jeanette puts it down, but she knows what she's doing. So maybe the only reason it worked is because Jeanette's so experienced. Or maybe there's all sorts of things you might think, okay? You might have a really hard time believing me right now. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's totally okay. You do not have to 100% believe me. If you hope I'm right, that's all you got to have right now. Okay? If you just hope that what I have to say works, that's all you have to have. And you literally, for a while, you're going to fake it until you make it. You're going to say, I am silver. I am gold. I am making $4,000 a month. I am. It is happening. It's moving forward. The people that you need to meet are going to be put in your path. All those things can happen. When you put it down on paper, you start to believe it more and more and more. And especially as things start to transpire and you meet the right person and someone does more sales than you expected them to do, and these like little miracles. I have this theory that goal setting is another way to pray always. You know, we read pray always and not faint. Not faint means to lack of courage, okay? To not have courage. So think about that. Set your goals and have courage. Pray always and have courage, okay? Now, it is amazing what happens. You put this down and you just go, okay, I'm just going to try this. I don't know. She can't, I don't know if she really knows what she's talking about. And you're going to start watching it transpire. And I've had person after person after person this month have their goals accomplished faster than they expected because we put it down on paper. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create habits. Okay? So please understand that if you just have hope, that is enough to get started. That's all you got to have. Okay? Don't worry about not totally believing this. Just give it a try. That's all I ask. All right? So now one of the things that's really important, and I even held the candle, I'm telling you, I held the fire to Jeanette and Bob with this. I said, no, you got to make a dream board. And they kind of go, oh, we know what we want. And I'm like, no, really. Like, we've got to put this on paper and create a visual, right, Jeanette? I kept at her on it, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't let her go on that. I'm like, we're going to create that visual. You need a visual aid. It really helps a lot. But you have to realize that after you create it, after about 30 days, like if you've ever done a dream board or a bucket list or anything like that, you kind of start walking by it and you don't even notice where it's at on the wall anymore. You've either got to move it around or create a new visual aid. Okay? So create some sort of visual aid. It can be the screensaver on your phone. You can put it on your mirror. You can put it on the screensaver of your computer. You can print something off from Google Images. You can do whatever you want, but you need to create something that helps you remember for what you want. And this is the reasons. Let me tell you about a young gal I worked with. She was a swimmer, and she had a goal to swim what's called a 25-second 50 free. So did anybody watch the Olympics? Michael Phelps? Anybody ever swim before? Okay, so my son, he's a swimmer and a triathlete, so there's a lot of swimming in my house. A 50 free in the Olympics is you dive in and you swim to the other end as fast as you can. It's the shortest distance. Now here in town, an outdoor pool, you flip and you come back because it's expensive to have an Olympic length pool. So it's either one flip turn or go end, okay? So she had a goal to do it in 25 seconds. She went to her high school coach, and her high school coach, who admittedly, she was more of a dive coach than a swim coach, but she said, I don't think you can do that. And I don't understand someone who would say that, but whatever. So she went on her way, and I said, why don't you come talk to me? I don't actually know anything about swimming. I just know how to cheer really loud when Porter's either doing the butterfly or the freestyle. I just know what they look like, but that's all I know. I says, come chat with me. We'll talk about your mental. We'll get your head really in the game. So we did a dream board, and we did some different goal setting activities, and we started putting 25s everywhere. We put it out in vinyl and put on the walls in her bedroom. Her mom wrote it on her lunch bag and on her napkin every single day before she went to school. She had a bracelet with it made. We even had it painted on her toenails because it's the last thing you see before you dive in the pool. When you lean over and you're on the block, you're at that angle. Last thing she saw was her toenails. So we had 25s everywhere. Well, she surpassed her goal, okay? She even beat that, this hair under 25. It was the most exciting thing ever. Well, I called her mom and I said, look, you guys are really good people. Your daughter's an amazing gal. Did this really have anything to do with it? Because I thought, I don't know, maybe it would have happened anyway. She says, no, this is what's amazing. She says, I still remember the night. She says, Mom, I'm headed down to the court club. I've got to go work out. So there's workouts in the water, and then there's workouts outside the water. They're called dry land, okay? Meaning you don't get wet, okay? So she says, I've got to go do my dry land workout. I promised myself that every day I would go do my dry land workout. And this is the only time I have to do it. And she says, but it's 9 o'clock at night. And she goes, yeah, but I got to go. I promised myself. She says, the amazing thing, the mom told me, the amazing thing that happened is her habits changed. Because of the reminders, because she was so laser focused on her goal, her habits changed. Now, who here is thinking about their business habits and go, man, I wish I was talking to more people more frequently. I wish I was getting on the phone an average of so many nights a week. Man, I wish I was consistent about having a mixer. man, I wish that I was more in the habit of talking to my neighbor when I go work out at the gym. Or, man, I know a couple of people that, you know, have been talking about wanting to lose weight, and I've been meaning to call them, and I wish I just made sure I made a call every single day. Is anyone here just like they know what they need to do, but it's just not totally consistent? Anyone feeling like that? Yeah? Okay. So this is what you do. You put down that reminder. You have it as in many places as you can. Now, you want to have a why. You don't only want to put down the level you want to achieve. You want to put why you want to achieve it. How will it change your life? And who else's life will you change? You may have children. You may have a spouse. Maybe there's something you're passionate about community service-wise. You need to put down why, so that when you're doing the work, and the work's not always fun, or you're tired, it's not that you know you like it, you know, you love the product, you're excited for people. Sometimes we just kind of, our energy gets low, okay, go just some spark, right? Okay, so then you know why you're doing it and it's worth it, okay? Are you kind of getting how you can get yourself more motivated and actually work smarter just because your head's more in the game? Okay, so the second thing we need to talk about is habits. So one of the things that's amazing about setting habits is that you can change anything you want in your life by changing your habits. So many times, and you can tell me, how many of you have beat yourself up going, I didn't do this enough, or I haven't talked to this many people, or I forgot to do this, or there's these habits. Now, people will say really unkind things about themselves, from I'm lazy or unorganized or don't have enough motivation or these things. 90% of what you do in your life is out of habit. What time you get up, the food you eat, the order you shower in, I mean, everything you do is out of habit. The way you drive home, who's at a time where they needed to stop and pick up milk on the way home, and they get in auto mode and they drive into their driveway and they go, oh my gosh, I forgot to stop and get milk. And you totally had thought about it as you were walking out to your car and you just completely forgot. You're not working your business because it's not a habit, not because of any personal, it has nothing to do with your character. So when you're beating yourself up, who wants to go work harder when they're feeling yucky about themselves? Okay? All you have to do is stop and go, oh yeah, Michelle said habits. Okay, what did I need to do today to make this a habit? Did I need to talk to people? Is there a follow-up phone call I need to do? Do I need to do some product knowledge for myself? What did I need to do today to make sure my business was more of a habit? When you change that mentality, first of all, and quit beating yourself up, and second of all, you make very deliberate decisions as to what you're going to do and how much of it, and you hold yourself accountable. Or, you know what, you can have a coach. I'll tell you a little bit about my coaching program, or I'm sure Jeanette would be happy to get a quick text from you that says, I talked to 3 people today, or you might be under Rod or under Jamie. I'm sure they would be thrilled to hear you accomplished your habit that day. And you have accountability partners. Set alarms on your phones, and you can start making more money and getting farther than you ever thought you were, simply with these 2 things, with setting your goals, knowing your whys, and then start creating specific habits. Okay? Are you getting kind of like, are you feeling a little lighter and a little excited about what can be accomplished? Okay, it's a pretty awesome feeling to realize you really can do anything you want. Do you realize Jeanette is where she is simply because she's done it more times? Whatever you want to do, if you just do it as many times as Jeanette did, you're going to be where she is. Do you realize that's what it comes down to? It comes down to you choosing to do it that many times. Now, I can give you a few other skills to make it so you're more effective. So you talk to 10 people and maybe you close 3 instead of 1. Like, we can definitely help you some stuff like that. But it's the commitment to, I'm going to do this many times. And you know what? You can't help but move. You will go up. You will move forward. And that, just those simple realizations are an amazing gift to give yourself. Okay? Now, one of the things that's so important in your habits, so important, and I've nailed this down with Jeanette. She knows exactly how many people, and there's slightly educated guesses, because when you talk to 10 people, you're going to have an average over 100 that this is how many that you close, okay? But there's ways to ask questions and close about 3 out of 10. Because a lot of times you hear about 1 out of 10, but we can help you ask really good questions. That's a call we had about 2 weeks ago. It's recorded. If you want to hear that one, let me know and send you the recording. But it's all about doing it so many times, okay? Okay, so the next thing you want to do is get your calendar out and make a plan. So I want you to think about it right now, okay? You can change the numbers an hour from now after we get off the call if you want, but I want you to at least create some sort of scenario, okay? So I want you to write down how many new customers and how many new, are they called, what is it, associate? No. What's the word? Associate. Advisors. You start with an A. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, so how many new advisors and how many new customers? Because it's not always the same thing. Sometimes they overlap, right? Okay. We need customers and we need advisors. We need business builders and we need people buying product. So I want you to write that down. How many do you want to have? Be brave. Put down a number, okay? Don't just sit on this call. Be proactive. Write some notes. Figure it out in your head what you want to have happen, okay? So now look at that number. You need so many customers and you need so many new advisors. So your 2 main options are mixers and one-on-ones. You also have the option, you have some awesome team leaders on here that do 3-way calls, right? Okay, so that would be kind of your third option. So I want you to think about that with how many people you want to bring on your team or how many new customers you want to have. So let's say you have 5 down, okay? You would need a list of about 25, 30 people that you want to connect with, okay? So I want you to think about this. 25, so I want you to take your number and times it by 6 to 8, okay? If you really love to talk to people and it's comfortable, you're probably going to be more like 6 or 7. If it's kind of scary and you're really new and you're trying to figure it out, it might be a few more people, who knows, okay? Now, I want you to think about how many mixers do you want to participate in. Jeanette hosts some. You can host your own, right? Jeanette, everybody's usually invited to your house to bring friends to a mixer. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Once a week.
Okay. You have mixers and then you have one-on-ones. How many people do you want to get to mixers and how many one-on-ones do you want to have this week? So write down those numbers.
This week.
Or for the month, and then we're going to divide it by 4. So we're going to pretend we're looking at February, okay? Just makes it easier in our head. Okay, so you got mixers and one-on-ones. Are you getting kind of an idea? Okay, so I want you to think about your calendar. Some of you work full-time, some of you might work part-time, maybe some of you are stay-at-home moms. I don't know what your schedule is. So I want you to think about when can you fit this activity in your calendar. Now, if you're a team leader, I hope you're really listening to this, because this is how you model it when you start helping your team members move forward, whether they're brand new or there's someone who's kind of got stuck and needs a reboot. Either way, same thing. Okay, are you looking at that calendar? Now, how much does the amount of activity you want to do in your calendar match up? Is it doable? We want to set you up for success. Okay? Or if you feel like you don't have quite enough time blocks, that's when you start using your creative juices and thinking outside the box. Could I possibly meet 2 friends for coffee at once instead of 1 at a time? Could I possibly send my friend in Tri-Cities to Jeanette's house, even though I live in Cheney, and then we do a 3-way call after? Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, sometimes we have to think outside the box because we all have 24 hours. That's a nice equaling thing in our society. No matter how much money you make, the one thing that's equal is we all have 24 hours. Okay, so are you looking at your schedule and what you can do? So now let's go one step further. Do you know as many people as you need to talk to? So Rod, can I pick on you?
Yeah.
Okay. How many people do you feel like you need to chat with this month or in February in a month period?
Well, what I want to do is this is something that I have not always done is I want to connect with all the new people on our team.
Okay.
And I want to meet and I want to meet and talk with all of them to find out why they, whether it's just for just what their goals are, and just connect and give them another person they can talk to. And as far as for new people, I want to. What I'm shooting for is I want to make 3 or 4 new friends every week.
How many did you say one more time?
3 to 4 new friends every
3
week.
or 4 new friends. Perfect. And I like that mentality because that's what they are. They're friends, and some will be customers and some won't. And that's totally okay, right, Rod? We've talked about that. Okay, so 3 to 4. One of the things you have to actively think about is how am I going to meet those?
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to do it while I'm at the gym? Are there networking events I can go to? Like Jeanette, she's worked really hard to find networking events in town that she attends. Okay? Where are you going to find those people? And when you start to brainstorm, you will be amazed what happens. Sometimes you start getting referrals. Sometimes you start meeting people in unexpected places. Sometimes you get invited to networking experiences. But that's the cool thing. This is one more goal you have to think about. How and where will I meet people? Okay? Can you see how if you write down every level of your goal down to how many activities do I need to have to go meet new people, that then there's like this really cool energy that happens, and there's just this, you can start building your business literally with a little less anxious feelings. Okay, like sometimes we want it so bad and we worry it can't happen, and then we're trying to force it. I'm a big believer in you believe it can happen, like it all like it all depends on God, and then you work like it all depends on you. But if you're worrying and you're stressing, that's not giving it over to the universe and just going, okay, I know I'm going to meet the people that I need. Okay, so do you have like a plan for 30 days now? Can you see what you can accomplish and have it broken down? Okay, I want to step back real quick because one of the things that I'm a really big believer in is that setting goals. So now we've talked a little bit about the work. One of the things we have to do is keep the excitement higher than the fear or the stress of the work, okay? So one of the things I'm a big believer in is what's called a bucket list. So right now, right this very minute, I want you to write down 5 things that you would put on a bucket list. Okay? Places you would go, food you would try, people you'd meet, hobbies you would try. Maybe there's something that you want to buy for someone you love, your spouse or mother or whatever it is. I want you to write down 5 things just as fast as you can. Don't think too much about it. Just write. Write. 5 quick things. I love seeing everybody writing. Right. You got him? Rod, like, touchdown. Okay. Hopefully you got a couple. Now I want you to look at those things. How worth the work is it to get those things? Does it make you any more excited to go talk to people? Did that raise that level of excitement just a little bit? Okay, that's why you got to have those goals. Because if we break down the work, and the work is, I don't know, everybody here has a different level of, 1 to 10, how scary it is to talk to new people. But if for yours, that scary level is kind of high, you got to have that why really clear. Okay? All right, so the last thing I want to talk about is, okay, you've figured out exactly how many people you need to meet. You've thought about how many people you're going to have one-on-ones with. You've thought about all these different things. In there, you're going to have to make phone calls. If you want to book 5 interviews, you're probably going to have to call 10 people to find, you know, schedules that work, you know, in conjunction with each other. So you break all those steps down. The last thing I want you to do that's incredibly important is keep yourself motivated. It is vital. And I promise you, you'll get more bursts of inspiration. And when I say that, what I mean is you need to be providing yourself with inspiration from a book, a podcast, YouTube video, whoever your favorite guru is. And maybe sometimes it's on health, maybe sometimes it's on business, maybe sometimes it's on personal development. Some of my favorite are How to Win Friends and Influence People. If you want to be 100% focused on other people, but at the same time shoot up your sales, read that book over and over and over again. You will be so surprised how fun it is when you put the focus on other people and yet you're able to help more people and raise your own income. Okay, that's an awesome one. There's success principles, power of positive thinking. There's a list a mile long out there. But find your favorite. Now, one of the things I believe in is actually taking one book, reading it 3 times in a row. You'll read it the first time, and you'll get some good ideas. Then you'll read it the second time, and you'll pick a couple of the ideas you actually want to apply. Then you read it a third time, and it gives you the motivation to create that habit. Okay? Now, I don't care if you listen to it. I'm a big believer in listening to it. Y'all are, you know, very good about working out. Multitask, for heaven's sakes. That's a great activity to multitask, is to get in your personal, you know, development along with your physical development. Okay? So doing both, or while you're driving, or doing dishes, whatever it is, okay? It's a great one to multitask. The second thing I want you to do, and this goes back to that goal setting, and you're going to see this, is you need to record your own personal little miracles. Okay? I have one gal I'm working with. She's so funny. She has a very stressful life, and she is at ground floor. Like, she's just starting her business. She's not really sure this can happen. She really wants to see this get further than just a little extra income. She really wants it to be a solid income. And she's trying to decide, do I believe this can happen? And she has had miracle after like amazing thing that just, you know, she put a little bit of effort, but for the amount of effort she put in, she's got way more than she felt like she deserved. And you will see that happen all the time. Well, then I see her start getting scared again. And I'm like, wait a minute. I says, I need you to replay over and over in your head. Every time you start getting nervous, you need to replay your own little personal miracles. So she had this product. It helped with diabetes. And she says, I got to talk to this person about it at a coffee shop for like 30 seconds. She went home. She looked it up online. She ordered the biggest kit there was, and it gave me a $50 bonus. And I said, okay, every time you start getting freaked out and worried about things happening, I want you to replay that. 30 seconds. Went online on her own. Signed up. $50 bonus. I'm like, I just want you to replay that. Every time you start to get worried it's not going to happen, you just replay that miracle over and over and over in your head. And when you do that, when you get really conscious and you notice your own little personal business miracles and you hang on to those, when you start shooting for the next goal and you're like, oh, should I really set this goal now? And you will. You'll have this happen over and over again until it finally gets really embedded in your heart. You need to replay all those little miracles that happen just for you. Now, I want you to look at this process. If you're looking at the agenda, you have set goals, you have create habits, you have go to work and focus on other people's goals. Because one of the things I believe is if you're not working on your goals, there's somebody else who can't accomplish theirs. There's someone who has a health goal. There's someone who has a physical fitness goal. There's someone who has a financial goal, and they need you. And if you're not working on your goals, they can't accomplish theirs. Okay? So go to work and focus on others, and then keep yourself motivated by a book or a video. So imagine this. You can make a monthly plan with these are the books I want to read. This is how many people I want to contact. this is how much money I want to make. And then that day, you know exactly what your job is. And you can set the goal, you can set up a plan for the whole month. These are all the books I'm going to do. These are how many people I'm going to touch. Then you divide it by 4. Then you go, this is how much I'm going to do in a week. And then you divide it up by a day. This is what the inspiration is I'm going to read every day. This is my goal for just today. You rewrite your goal down. You say, this is my habit I'm creating. You go and you focus on others. You meet people you don't expect. And it cycles. So it's like this little spiral that starts out small and then gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And by the time 30 days, 60 days, 90 days have passed, you look back and realize you have come farther than you expected. Can you see how this can snowball for you by just keeping these consistent actions in your business or anything you want to do? What's cool about any of this, any personal goal you have, even if it has nothing to do with Advocare, the principles still work. Okay, so tell me, what aha moments or what did you go, oh, I'm going to work that idea more in the next couple weeks? So tell me, what clicked for you tonight that you're like, I'm going to do this more? Because you may have already had some of these habits. But maybe it's the whole process, doing it over and over again every day. What are you going to do different?
Well, Michelle, what I'm going to be doing is, and this is something I've started doing a little bit already, but I'm going to be more intentional about this actually being what I'm focusing on my goal is, you know, I said I want to meet 3 or 4 new people a week. I'm thinking about it and what I'm doing to make that happen as kind of a low number. Actually, I think it's going to be a little higher than that, but we'll stick with it for right now. Because what I'm doing is every 2 weeks there's a group of people I'm going and hanging out with and doing things with, and they're always new people. So that's really cool, and that's not something that is not a normal thing that I do. This is me stepping out of my comfort zone to do that because I know that average lives inside my comfort zone, and I'm sick and tired of average. I think everyone's on this call is sick and tired of average. Awesome. So I'm doing that. I'm going to step up my comfort zone, and I'm going to write down the names of each person I meet in my journal, and I can pull that back up because that's been my little miracles. Because for me, like I said, I'm not the kind of person who naturally goes out and makes friends, but I got much better at it than I have.
Well done. Awesome. I love how specific your goals are and your actions. That is going to take you a long ways. And the fun thing is, like, you'll start doing that and you'll start going, ooh, this helps. And you'll make like these little adjustments, these little tweaks, and you'll just get better and better at it. It'll be awesome. Yeah. All right, Ashley, what did you come up with?
My husband and I have been saying for the longest time, pray like it depends on God and work like it depends on you. And so for you just to switch that to believe, it was like, oh, that's the same thing. And so how you mentioned writing down your goals is another form of prayer. It's, I think, going to be a really good habit for my husband and I to both do. And we were actually just talking about, should we do a dream board this year, or is just writing out a list better for us? But I like what you said about the visual and that you do have to move it around after a while because you get so accustomed to it in one spot. Mm-hmm. And the other thing, because I'm working on personally not being so critical, and especially now that I have 2 under the age of 2, you really have to give yourself grace.
Yes.
And so I really liked the recording down your miracles or just those little successes that you have, because that will do well for my husband and I when we're both sleep deprived, not wanting to go to a mixer or whatever it is.
Right.
It's the little goals or those little successes that are going to keep us going, I believe.
Awesome. A lot of cool aha moments. Fantastic. I'm excited for you. I can't wait to hear what happens. You have to send me a picture of your dream board, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right. Ryan, can I pick on you? Did you have any aha moments?
Yeah, for me, I mean, I guess it's kind of something I knew I've had to do, but it's just kind of another reminder of writing my goals down, just like Ashley kind of said. It's not, I've never really done that, and that's probably why I haven't really gone too far, because I've never had anything to look at to remind me this is what I need to do.
Okay.
And also to the habits, I need to create habits. And writing down those goals and seeing the why I need to do it will help me create those habits. The habits that I think I need to really work on is something we have that's the daily method of operation. So I need to sit down and look at that every day and just focus on that because it's something I've never really done.
Awesome. Yep. You'll be amazed how fast you'll get momentum. That's super. Okay, Mark, you're newer. May I pick on you? Like, what kind of aha moments did you have?
Well, yes, I like the idea of journaling is a great habit to get into that I've not been, that I tend to just not want to do. I procrastinate on.
Okay.
And I love the idea of the visual aids of why I'm doing this. That's going to work out very well for me.
Awesome. Fantastic. What kind of habits do you see yourself forming from what we talked about?
Well, just following, like Brian was saying, just doing the same thing over and over and over. I've been in sales long enough to know that that's how you succeed. So I just need to get those habits down with Advocare and become more familiar with the product. And the more I do it, the more comfortable I'm going to get. So.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Like Rod was saying a little bit, I got to get out of my comfort zone a little bit. And it's going to be good for me because I'm new to Tri-Cities. So
awesome.
I'll be able to meet more people. So
cool. Awesome. Okay, so some of my friends who are on the phone, I know we had Lainey and Haley, and let's see, Jamie, Christine. What were your thoughts? Anybody want to pipe up and tell us an aha moment you had?
I will. I have an aha moment.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go for it, Jamie.
Okay, awesome. One of my aha moments was a deliberate decision to create my habit and to calendar my habits, because I don't write my habits down. And then, like everyone has mentioned, I think your little miracles to journal those. I have never heard that before, and that will bring joy, and that will also, for me, that was kind of an aha moment. And the inspiration from something you read, and to read it 3 times. I have also never heard that, and that is something I'm going to incorporate. I'm going to pick my book and I'm going to read it 3 times. And I think that is, awesome, along with the vision board, of course, and moving it around, because you do get used to it on one wall, and before you know it, you just don't even see it.
Right.
So, great aha moment. I was writing like crazy.
Cool. Good. Awesome. Anybody else that's on a phone and I can't see? Anyone else want to share something with us? Don't be shy. Come on. We like to hear it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
My name's Haley, and I had a couple aha moments in this. I get stuck in a normal habit, and then I don't get out of that habit. So for me, it's creating healthy habits to get everything going again. The visual board. I didn't really create visual boards before.
Mm-hmm.
I did have belief cards, but like you said, you kind of pass by them and they're invisible after a while. So moving them around is really going to help me step out of that and, remember why and my visual. So
perfect.
What I got out of it.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Anyone else? Okay, so let me share just...
This is Lonnie. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi, Lonnie. Go for it.
Oh, I think I've been on mute.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I loved your story about the little gal who promised herself, because of her laser focus on her goals, with the 25 all over, her habits began to change. And I think that went along with when you were talking about momentum. And you said build momentum by helping your team have a win and helping yourself have a win, and then stay close to your team. And I think as you build those relationships and the momentum is building and the habits are changing, I think that sets everybody up to have some wins and have some success. And then the momentum, there's the foundation, and then it just starts all over. It's just like a,
exactly.
I don't know. It's just kind of like this slow burn that just goes, and it can be a fast burn too.
Yeah, it can be a snowball effect. But it does start out small and slow, and if they just keep going, it can get pretty big, huh? Awesome. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, so I would love to tell you about a few tools I have. Rod, do you have something? Or are you just saying hi?
Oh, I was thinking Carla was trying to talk.
Who did?
Or maybe she wasn't.
Who did? Say it again.
Carla? I see her little
I think I'm on mute.
Did you have something you wanted to share, Carla?
I think I'm on mute. I'm not sure. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you now. Go for it.
Oh, okay. I've got a new phone, so it's a little dodgy. As far, I've been with Advocare now for about 14 months, and anytime I have anybody that is interested in, my success, I send them to Lori. So I haven't really worked it. I mean, I talked to a lot of people about it and stuff, but being organized has not been my forte.
Okay.
So that's part of the reason I'm in on this call, is just to get some ideas and, I guess the basics of how to approach these people. So,
awesome.
I get confused. It's like, what did you do? And I'll tell them what I did, but I know I'm not describing it in a way that really interests them, catches them right off. So that's what I need to work on.
Okay. And Carla, that's pretty normal thing. One of the things that I can offer you is the recorded call we did last time. We talked about finding new customers. And actually, one of the things that if you flip-flop, you ask more questions at first before you start talking about the product, then it's not that your presentation has to be perfect, but it's that you tell them about the product that's perfect for them. And so, because sometimes, does that make sense? So it really does. It's amazing when you flip-flop the way we do this, because really people would rather they like to hear themselves. I mean, they like to be heard. They like it better when someone's listening to them than talking. So if we ask questions and we listen really well, then we can turn that over into a conversation. Well, you said that this is something you've been needing. I would love to talk to you more about something I have that might be a good fit for you. And your closing rates go way high by changing that and asking good questions. I know that's something Jeanette talks a lot about too. Okay. So if
that would be good. That would be very helpful.
Okay. Rod, I think you probably have that email with that recording link, right?
Me?
I don't have it. I can find it, and I will send it to you, Carla.
Okay.
Okay, great.
I can send the last recorded call out to this whole group on MailChimp, so I can do that too. So if I could share with you just a little bit, so many of you had some really great goals, from making $1,000 consistently a month to $3,000 to $4,000 to going up to the next level and really making some serious solid income. One of the things I offer is what's called a 90-day sales challenge. And so Jeanette and I have been doing that, and Rod's taken it with me. Jamie's been on the calls. And you get to learn how to, first of all, keep creating these goals and the habits in a way that move you forward in a lot faster momentum than you thought you could. We talk about questions. You become seen as the most nice, helpful, caring individuals. I'm determined that network marketers are never seen as pushy, obnoxious salespeople ever again. Not that any of you ever do that, I'm sure, but that reputation can kind of follow us a little bit if we don't have really, really good skills and really good questions to ask. So Rod, we've been talking about questions, right?
Yeah.
How excited are you about the questions that you've learned to ask?
Oh my gosh. I tell you what, it has made, we kind of started changing the way we were doing things and asking more questions, but I never really had anything that was, written down or thought hard about. I just kind of, I was going to do it. But I've gotten much better at getting those questions. A lot of the suggestions came directly from you, other stuff I picked up recently, but I put it all together just recently, and it has made it so much more natural for me. I'm not talking, I'm listening, and I am offering, hey, I got a friend that has something very similar, and you know what? I would love to tell you how they helped it or how they took care of it. Would you want to hear something about that? Just easy things that just come out and just flow off my tongue. It's easy. And it feels awesome.
It feels a lot more authentic too, right, Rod?
Because it really is, because it's me caring about them and caring about, because that's really what it's all about. It's about blessing others, everyone around me, and it's just a great way of doing it.
Exactly.
It helps everybody.
Cool. So I teach you how to ask questions when you're finding new customers. I teach you how to ask questions when you're sitting down to an interview one-on-one. I teach you how to ask questions when you're in a whole group, like a mixer. You can connect with more people at once than you realized you could. I did that. I did more of home parties, and my sales skyrocketed by learning how to do that. I have really amazing questions. Trying to find out if someone wants to be a business builder, if there's someone who's going to be an advisor, and those kind of things. And what we do is for 12 weeks, okay, 10 plus 2, you got 12 weeks, this little thing called Zoom. We meet once a week, and what we do is we talk for an hour about these different subjects, and we keep going back to goal setting and going back to your habits and following up with you, giving you questions, brainstorm about what to do next. And you should see the amazing growth that people can have in a really short amount of time. It's pretty exciting. Jeanette, do you want to tell them just a little bit about how much your business has boomed in just the last month?
Okay. Yeah, well, we have been talking about questions for probably over a year now, open-ended questions, and how to ask, not lead with the business and not lead with the products, but lead with questions, which is the key. And then I had met you a couple times, but we decided to just ask you to work with us to help us with some goal planning. And so we started that before Christmas and getting some ideas about, what are our goals for 2015? For us, it's another 6 business builder legs frontline to us. And so what does that look like? Well, that's going to look like 12 to 18 new advisors frontline. And so how we're going to accomplish that? Well, we're going to have to accomplish that by the daily habits that we do. And so what that's going to look like is, we just brought it down to what that looks like on a daily basis. But the way that, because I have these goals in mind, like how many advisors we would like, how many appointments a week. Listen, people are coming to me literally because I'm writing down where we're going. I'm focusing on what I need, and I'm so focused on that when I'm talking to people, it's just natural. They're very drawn to, I suppose, to Bob and I, because we know where we're going and we know what we're wanting to accomplish, but we're asking them questions about them. And, if they want to come, if they're one of the people that want to move forward, that's fine. If they're not, that's fine. But it's just there's no stress in it. Mm-hmm. And there's no, people like, how do I start a conversation? Well, you just be friendly. Mm-hmm. It's like, what does that mean? Well, you just ask people about them. Well, how does that get around to Advocare? Well, believe me, it will. As visiting with them and asking their needs and what, if they have children and what do they do for fun. Many times you will discover, you teach us to look for 3 needs, 3 ways that we can help them or their family, and then ask for permission to share Advocare and then make it like a referral. Well, this has helped my friend. She's had success with Spark in the afternoons for energy. And is that something that I can share with you and see if it's a good fit? So the question piece fits right into the goal planning piece. Mm-hmm. And the goal planning piece opens up the door for the question piece. Because it's like a cycle. Yes. You're attractive and you know what you're looking for, and you know how many appointments you're wanting to It's just the people come. It's amazing.
Has it grown faster than you expected?
Yeah, the last month has been crazy. We just don't even hardly have any downtime during the day because it's appointment, 3-way phone call, mixer, appointment, 3-way phone call.
Yep.
Yeah.
Growing. So let me tell you, so we have this 12-week opportunity that you can work with me and a group of people. So Rod and Jamie are doing it right now with me, and you get to talk to me once a week. We work as a group, and we talk about your questions, and we talk about your goals. And all it is either the whole 3 months you can pay in one lump sum for $300, or you can do $110 per month. And so you save $30 by paying the whole amount up front. But for one, think about all it takes to make $100. Okay, if your goal is to make $1,000 a month, it's this tiny little investment. And I promise you, you move so much faster and you create those habits. I become your 25s, okay? So I'm 25s. I'm one of your 25s. I remind you what you're working on, and I help you tweak those skills. And we really focus on helping you make your goals happen faster. And it feels good, and it's fun, and you know you're on the right track, and you have a game plan for your business. So what I like to do is just simply offer you a quick little chat with me. We talk about your goals. We talk about your business. I give you a few little tips for free. And all we need to do is just chat and see, who here is interested in getting to know a little bit more about the 90-day challenge if it's a good fit for them. So if anyone here, you just kind of give me a quick wave. I think most of you have your phone numbers from when you signed up for the class. So if you'd like to chat with me, you can either, put a chat down tell me down in the chat box down here, or you can say, hey, Michelle, I'm on the phone, give me a call. So if you'd like to chat about that, let me know, and I will give you a call, and we'll discuss your goals and see if this is a good fit for you. Because, we're all in different places. There's a time and place for things. But Rod, are you excited about where you're headed?
Yeah, I am. Things are moving forward quickly. I mean, they're showing the direction things are moving, and I'm liking it.
Awesome. And Jamie, what have you thought of the call so far?
Oh, I think that they have added a lot of value to my daily life and my vision and belief of where I'm going. I'm a firm believer in investing in myself and investing in my business. And so I am really excited, and I look forward to Mondays, and I'll tell you, it's super fun. The task about, I'll just share this, the task about doing the vision board with your spouse, that was fun. So it's fun, and I'm excited.
Awesome. Okay, so just so you know,
Michelle,
go ahead.
Michelle, this is Lonnie. I'm on the phone, so give me a call.
Yes, absolutely, Lonnie. I will. Okay, and I have your phone number. Perfect. Okay, anyone else? Okay, Ashley. All right. Did I see a wave over here for Brian or Mark?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Mark, yes?
Mm-hmm. Yes, please.
Okay. Ashley, yes. Anyone else that's on the phone wants to chat with me? Okay.
This is Haley, and also give me a call too.
Give you a call, Haley? Will do. Okay, so I will be giving you a quick jingle tomorrow. I have to run to a youth activity with my children for church tonight, but I will be giving you a call. So right now I have Mark, I have Ashley, I have Lainey, and I have Haley. Did I miss anyone? No? Okay, awesome. Thank you for being on the call. I'm going to hit the stop record button.